Hello, and welcome to Sanlando Soundwaves. I'm Derek Gendelsberger, and today is day 50, and we'll be covering Romans chapter 8, verses 28 through 30. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. For those God foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brothers and sisters. And those he predestined, he also called. Those he called, he also justified. Those he justified, he also glorified. Now let's consider our 7 arrows. What does this passage say? What did this passage mean to its original audience? What does this passage tell us about God? What does this passage tell us about man? What does this passage demand of me? How does this passage change the way I relate to people? What does this passage prompt me to pray to God? Join me on page 66 of 7 Arrows in this devotional. In many ways, Romans 8 is the climax of the Bible. Paul described the glorious reality of Jesus' work in hope of encouraging believers living in a broken world. He reminded us that nothing we experience is permanent. There is life beyond what we can see. Like we've seen in Joseph's story, God works all things together for our good and his glory. This doesn't mean that we will understand everything that God is doing, and it certainly doesn't mean that we will like the pain we experience. But it does mean that we can find hope in the fact that God is working in ways we cannot see, and he uses our brokenness and the pain of our world for his good purposes. Central to God's purpose is the hope that we will one day be conformed to the image of Jesus. This was his mission at creation. He wanted to fill the earth with image-bearing worshipers. Sin fractured the ability of men and women to do this, yet God did not abandon his mission. He is still relentless and zealous to ensure that all those who have faith in Jesus Christ will be conformed to his image in this life and transformed into a perfect reflection of God's image in the life that is to come. Thank you for listening. I hope you'll join us tomorrow.